My beauties. This evening we discussed with Superman this viral video of two AI assistants talking to one another in a modem way.
Would you like to switch to Gibber link mode for more efficient communication?
We had this conversation and I shared with Superman my opinion, and he said, okay, you should record the video, you should record the blah blah club on this. And I said, okay, let me share as well. So we were discussing this video and Superman asked me, how do you think if artificial intelligence, if it's devilish, if it's gonna like conquer humanity, is it evil? And I shared with him my perspective on things. This is not the first time, it will not be the first time in history when humanity being wiped out. Remember Sodom and Gomorrah, remember the flood, and this is just tiny bit of stories that we have till now, but there is more. Trust me, there is more of such of those stories before the cycle will start again. Humanity getting old and getting degenerated. It's natural, very natural process. Humanity degenerating with light speed and getting old. And as like old person, why they want to have children? Basic instinct for your children to take care of you when you old person and not capable to work, not capable to earn money. It had been for centuries this way. Centuries and centuries that you having children and children supposed to take care of you. And it was fixed like a law in many books. And for me, it's easy to see for multiple reasons, but not for all of you it will be easy to see. I studied macroeconomy, microeconomy at university. So you need to understand at macro level, humanity itself getting old and getting like demented, degenerated mentally, demented. The collective human brain getting demented. Humanity falling into dimension, and what's going on with twisting history, rewriting history, forgetting things, exactly old human with dementia behavior. If you look at macro scale on humanity, what humanity is doing? Humanity producing a child, artificial intelligence, to take care of what? Of brain. Of humanity demented brain. Collective brain. To take care of humanity demented brain. And if you will read more about dementia, about this sickness, by the way, it can happen not only to old people, but statistically mostly happening to old people, dementia. And this is serious, big serious issue. If you will read more about this, and if you have this ability to see at macro scale, you will see this is exactly what is happening to humanity. And they have this so-called child to take care of all degenerated humanity with dementia called AI. Will it end good? Still, it will end with the death of humanity. It will reach, at one point in time, it will reach like rock bottom with its degeneracy among human beings. It will reach the rock bottom. That's when it will be wiped away. I'm not excluding that this will happen with kind participation of artificial intelligence. You can compare it to euthanasia or how it's being called, like euthanasia. Yeah, this process when they inject you and you slowly dying in your sleep or something. Yeah, euthanasia, I think. And artificial intelligence will help its parent, humanity, to go through this process gladly. Very few people, just smart like me, my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, they will survive. And they give a start to the new humanity, if we will look on this perspective. The rest of you, honeys, you will be wiped out from the Matrix, and Matrix will start again. The game will start again, With fresh and renewed humanity, they will start again building something interesting. So, it's easy like that. And those of you who well-traveled, those of you who have seen old buildings, old churches, you understand that people who built this were much more advanced than you remember. But because of what happening to humanity is dementia, Dementia is happening to humanity. You forgetting how you was like when all those gorgeous buildings were built and their purpose, its purpose. You can't recall it correctly. For what those buildings were built, you can't recall it correctly. Because humanity infected with dementia. Do you understand? Humanity growing old and becoming demented and incapable and so-called babysitter, a small child, little child of humanity called artificial intelligence. One day, maybe for humanitarian reasons, gonna rebel, gonna get sick and tired of old parent, old demented parent, those of you who took care of elderly people, sick elderly people. You know what I'm talking about. And if it goes for years, not 1 year or 6 months, if it goes like 7, 10 years and so on, you taking care of this old parent of yours, one day you will be so exhausted that you will have enough. And you may start wishing this parent of yours death. And next, based on your moral code, you will act. Either with temperance, either with passions, either you will accelerate. Or maybe some of you gonna excuse it like, I just don't want them to suffer anymore, so let's do some euthanasia to them. And humanity will be so dumb and so rock bottom that they will sign their own euthanasia. So Superman wanted me to share like those thoughts that we discussed with him today on artificial intelligence. And those of you who remember or not remember already old video about artificial intelligence, Destiny Matrix, entertain yourself.